Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shalom. Welcome back. Now we're going to investigate today book 2 or part 2 of 5 parts of the book of Psalms. We're going to read we'll just read some of the Psalms that's identified in the commentary. And if pretty much the Psalms is pretty it's edifying in itself, but if there's some that I don't understand, I'm going to assume that you don't understand it, or I'm going to read it either in a Good News Translation or in another text so that we can get some further understanding. So with that, let's get started. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahar Kwadash. All praises, honor, and glory and power to Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior. Double honor and respect to the elders, apostles, a great millstone, and the teachers a great millstone, which has taught and is still teaching this truth. Great respect to the fellow believers, Yakim and Yakwath, and the remnant of Israel, which includes 144,000 and 1/3 mixed multitude, promised mercy and salvation and blessings from our Lord. Anyway, book 2 starts from Psalms 42. Wait a minute, let me just go ahead and get into it, okay? Yeah, present, share, Psalms. All right, let's get into it. Book 2 starts from book 42 to 41. And book 2 introduces the first group of Psalms by the sons of Korah. Oh, that's not how you pronounce it. I'll bring up a pronunciation in a few, but I don't want to get. Wait a minute. I'll just bring up a pronunciation right now. 44 Korah. Let's get. So I can tell you who is Korah. Let me see. How did we say it?
Strong's H 7141. Korach.
Korath is the son of Izhar, grandson of Kohath, great grandson of Levi, and the leader of the rebellion of the Israelites against Moses and Aaron while in the wilderness, punished and died by an earthquake and flames of fire. So he was one of the Israelites that rebelled in the kingdom. I mean, when the Lord rescued the Israelites from Egypt, he's one of the Israelites that died in the wilderness. Now, this guy was a Levite. This wasn't just, the reason I'm trying to emphasize is he's a Levite. His Levite was the tribe that the Lord made his own, They're the ones that had the priestly duties. So unbelief is unbelief, And he was one of the key tribes. All right, book 42 to 72. Book 2 introduces the first group of poems by the sons of Korath. I messed up the pronunciation already. From books 42, 44, 49, and 50. Okay, and we'll read those books. I'm only going to read what is in this commentary because there's a lot of books in the Psalms. There's 150 books and 550 Psalms in the entire collection, the entire books of Psalms. So I'm just going to read what was highlighted. There are also more Psalms of David, 51 through 55, 68 to 69, including most of the historical Psalms. You know, as you can see, 51 all the way to 60. Once again, lament and distress dominate those prayers, which now also include a communal voice. Compare 44, 67, and 68. The long psalm attributed to Solomon includes Book 2 with a look at the Most High's ideal for Israel's kings, ultimately pointing to Hamashiach as the final great king of Yahweh's people, of Yahweh's people. So Psalms 2 is analyzing and pointing to the Most High's people, but it's still filled with lamentations, distress, and confidence. So the theme is the same. It's just this is bringing out just a little bit more and pointing toward what the ideal king is that the Lord is looking for. Of course, he already knew that before he started looking. I'm probably wording it, not wording it as good as I should be wording it, but let's start at 42. Thirsting for the Most High in trouble and exile, which is what we're going to be doing because we're going to be in trouble real soon. And we're going to be looking, we're going to be looking for some help from the Lord to save us. To the chief musician of Maschil, for the sons of I do want to say it right. Is it going to give me? Well, I want to be able to say it right, so I'm going to go down here now.
Strong's H 7141. Korach.
Korath. All right, I got you. Korath. To the chief musician Maschil, for the sons of Korath, as the heart painteth after the water brooks, so painteth my soul after thee, O Lord, O Yahweh Shai. Panteth. Sounds like panteth. Sounds like what a dog does. Panteth. To long for, primitive root, to long for, cry for, as the heart panteth, as the heart cries for. Okay. As the heart panteth after water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O Lord. My soul thirsteth for Yahweh Shai, for the living power when shall I come and appear before the Most High? My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, where is my power? When I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me. For I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of the Most High, with the voice of joy and praise, with the multitude that kept holy day. I'm going to read it verbatim because I keep twisting myself up. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted in me? Hope thou in the Most High God, that I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance. O my God, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan and the Hermonites from the hill Nizar. Deep calleth upon deep at the noise of water sports. All thy waves and thy billows are gone over me. Yet the Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in night his song shall be with me and my prayer unto the Most High of my life. I will say unto God, my rock, why hast thou forgotten me? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? As with a sword in my bones, mine enemies approach me while they say daily unto me, where is thy God? Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him who is the health of my countenance, my God. And it does sound like sounds like there's a lot of almost, I can't speak today. Not fear, but how can I put it? Primary distress. The word just would not pop out. But yeah, as you can see, that points to a lot of distress because of the things that we are forced to go through. And Israel is in distress, even though the so-called think that they're not. They may be feel joy in your face or around you, but deep down, the whole nation is distressed. So-called Native Americans, the so-called Black people, African Americans, and Hispanics. We all have a lot to lament for. Okay? Psalms 44, former deliverance and present trust. To the chief musician for the sons of Korah, I think I said it right, Master, we have heard with our ears, O God. Our fathers have told us what work thou didst in these days, in the times of old. How thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand and plantest them. How thou didst afflict the people and cast them out. For they got not their land in possession by their own sword. Neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm in the light of thy countenance, because thou hast a favor unto them. Let me read that again. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm in the light of thine countenance, because thou hast favored unto them. Thou art my king, O God, command deliverance for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name we will tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all the day and praise the name forever. Selah. But thou hast cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. Thou hast given us little sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, and shaking of the hand among the people. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face has covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reasons of the enemy and avenger. All this is come upon us, yet have we not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Our heart is not turned back, neither have our steps declined from thy way. Though thou hast sore broken us in place of dragons and covered us with the shadow of death, if we have forgotten the name of our God, or stretched out our hands to a strange God, shall not God search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Yea, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Awake, why sleepest thou? Awake, why sleepest thou? Lord, arise, cast us not off forever. Wherefore hidest thou face and forgettest our affliction and our oppression? For our soul is bowed down to the dust, our belly cleaveth unto the earth. Arise for our help and redeem us for thy mercy's sake. Distress. Let me see, 45. A song celebrating the king's marriage. The chief musician upon Shoshana for the sons of Korath, Maschal. A song of loves. My heart is inditing a good matter. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore God hath blessed thee forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with the glory in thy majesty, and in thy majesty ride prosperously beneath because of truth, and meeketh and righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is the right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness. Therefore God, thy God, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness, thy fellows. All thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes and cassia out of the ivory palaces, whereby they have made thee glad. King's daughters were among thy honorable women. Upon thy right hand did stand the queen in gold of Ophir. Hearken, O daughter, and consider, and incline thine ear. Forget also thine own people, and my father's house, in thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is thy Lord, and worship thou him. And the daughter of Tyre shall be there with a gift. Even the rich among the poor shall entreat thy favor. The king's daughter is all glorious within. Her clothing is out of wrought gold. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of needlework. The virgins, her companions that follow her, shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palace. Instead of thy father shall thy be children. Instead of thy fathers shall be thy children, whom thou mayest make princes in all the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever. God, the refuge of his people. The chief musician for the sons of Korath, a song upon Alamoth. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help him in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Selah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right near lucky. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge, Selah. Come, behold the works of the Lord, which what desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the earth, to the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burned the chariot in the fire. But still, and now, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. 46. All right. And I'm going to read one more of this one. Let me see. I'm going to go to 50. God, the judge of the righteousness and the wicked. God, the judge of the righteous and the wicked. A psalm, Asaph. Mighty God, even the Lord hath spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun until the going down thereof. Of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. Our God shall come and shall not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And that's going to be the elect. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offices to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thy house, nor he goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon the 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the fields are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the flesh of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou done to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in the mouth, seeing thou hast hated instruction, and castest my words behind thee? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and had been partaker and adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things thou hast done, and I have kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set thee in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, yet that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of the Most High. So when I read this, it sounds like, you can look at this more than one ways. This is absolutely, I'm talking about Israel, because, Esau, but it's also talking about Israel, because when he talks about I might be incorrect, because when it talks about I won't deliver you, if I can find it, where was that at? The wicked, but unto the wicked, Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Okay? Seeing thou hateth instruction and castest my words behind thee, which is textbook Esau. They have the Bible, they play with it, they profit, but they don't follow it. Now, the Lord says the wicked, because the wicked pretty much does the same thing, even though the wicked is the so-called white man. The 2/3 they learn very well from the so-called white man, and they too also they take the Lord's word in his mouth, i.e., these churches, and they cast the word behind them. They don't follow him. They still calling on JC, So yeah, So this fits them also, and I can see how it is part of the doctrines or the precepts that's attached with Korah, because eventually Korah, he rebelled and he went against the Lord, and in the wilderness he went against Moses, and he ended up having to be destroyed. So that makes a lot of good sense. David, historical. Now this is the next portion, the historical section, or the precepts from David. Okay. And I like this prayer. I always read this prayer. It's not that long, it's short, but it's real sweet. It's very powerful. To the chief musician, Psalm of David, when Nathan the prophet came unto him after he had gone into Bathsheba, have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. And what did he do? What happened was, what had happened was, that sounded like a typical brother on the block. But what King Solomon did was, he caught eye of Bathsheba, and he was instantly lusting for her. So he made friends, or let's say, because he's a king, because you don't make friends, you're the king. But I would just say, he sent Bathsheba's husband, who was an officer serving him. He sent him to the front and had him killed. And then he took Bathsheba, his wife. And so that's why that is what he's asking for forgiveness for. Okay. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden parts thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. But thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offerings. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure. Unto Zion build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offerings and burnt offering. Then shalt they remove bullocks upon thy altar. And I read this often, usually at night before I go to bed. It is a powerful, powerful prayer. Futility, boastful of wickedness. Futility of boasting of wickedness. The chief musician, Maschil, a psalm of David, when Doeg, the Edomite, came and told Saul and said unto him, David come to the house of Ahimelech. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. Thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteous. Selah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah. The righteous also shall see and fear, and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself and his wickedness. That's got Esau's name all over it. The spirit. I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever, because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Folly and wickedness of men. To the chief musician upon Mahalalel, Maschil, a son of David. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek God. Every one of them is gone back. They're altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon God. There were they in great fear, where no fear was. For God scattered the bones of him that encampeth against them. Thou hast put them to shame, because God has despised them. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion, when God bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. From 50 on down, these are Psalms of David. Prayer for defense against enemies. To the chief musician on Negadoth, Maschil, a Psalm of David. When the Ziphims came and said to Saul, doth not David hide himself with us? Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not seen God before them. Selah. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies and cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eyes have seen his desire upon mine enemies. Yeah. Prayer for the destruction of the treacherous. To the chief musician on Neginoth, Maschil, a psalm of David. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my application. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pain within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are upon me, and fear hath overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, but then would I fly away and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander off and remain in the wilderness, Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart from her streets. It was not an enemy that reproached me, that I could have borne it. Neither would he that hid me that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide, and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and all noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah, because they have no changes. Therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden unto the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out their days, but I will trust in thee. Whenever you read Davis, and I'm not going to say I can tell which one is Davis, but Psalms is very powerful. Just to read Psalms is very uplifting. I was speaking with one of the a Israelite, or we're going to say a 2/3, because he acts like a 2/3. He's not, he's not falling. He's not. You can tell he's not. He still thinks that there's a chance that America's going to survive. That alone is against the Bible. That he's shunning the scriptures, and he don't even know it. I try to point it out, but he doesn't really know that he's on the road to death. He's doing well, but all I can do is try to direct him. I told him, he says that he wish he had something to do, like a hobby or something. And so what I said was, hey, pick up the Bible, start reading the Bible. Usually you'll start wanting to know more because every little bit you learn, you realize that you didn't pick up the Bible and go forward. You picked up the Bible and went backwards because you realize what you don't know. And the more you read, the more you realize what you don't know, you know. And so my time's running short, so let me see. I'm going to stop it there because the outline, we're still reading into a lot of distress. You know that we're these prayers are demonstrating and hope. You know, and let's see, and confidence. You know, that's what much what like these first two books is prayers and testaments, and you know they're focusing on distress and the hope of the Lord. That's what the commentary is saying anyway. But I'm not going to go further. But I wanted to. This is my excuse to read and to understand. It gets some edification and to bring some edification along with you too. So we only work with the skills that the Lord has given us, provide us with. I'm not a prophet. I'm just I'm a sheep that's trying to do some trying to grow and in understanding. And I want to do anything I can to help the body. So I hope that you, if you didn't receive any understanding or edification, apologies for that. But what I hope that you are praying and analyzing yourself, asking for understanding, asking for knowledge, asking for wisdom, asking for strength in these times because Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. The MOTB, right around the corner. World War III, right around the corner. The the famine of word, right around the corner. Famine of food, right around the corner. And when I say around the corner, I'm talking days to months. And I could say years, but I won't say years because we can multiply the months to create years. But that's how quick it is. That's how quick it could happen, you know. And I try to advise, like I was trying to advise my my friend, not really a friend, but I was trying. If you don't have nothing to do, you know, you want to add. I mean, you want something to direct your time. You can see all this nonsense going on, you know, but it's obvious that you don't see everything or don't understand everything. That means that you need to look a little clearer, you know, dive into the Bible, get more understanding so you don't fall short as the 2/3 are falling short. And when you resist, then you are being willfully ignorant. And when the doors of mercy are closed, they're closed. You can't come back later and say, help me. I don't know if I will even be able to help you. I don't even know if I'm of the elect. I'm working on, I'm asking, I'm praying and hoping that I'm of that hopeful elect. So you, to me, that's a big gamble, you know. You need to turn to yourself, you know. Every man need to be persuaded in his own mind, you know. And I don't know what scripture that is. Persuaded. Hmm. Persuaded. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up, but I'm not getting it. But, but as I said, you must be persuaded in your own mind. Things hit the fan, recognize what, the prophets are telling you, and those that listen to the prophets and are sharing, trying to help you, trying to divide you or drive you toward the light, and you shun it or refuse it because it's too inconvenient. Your life is too, you're doing well in this society. But as I said before, you're unhappy. I can tell, most of us can tell. We can look and see that you 2/3 out there are unhappy. Because a lot of us in the truth are unhappy, but we have hope, which kind of overrides and gets us on another level so that unhappiness doesn't destroy us. But we're also happy in that we know what's coming, and that makes us excited. So if you don't want to be a part of that, then continue on the road and abide in the congregation of the dead, because you're going to get whatever you're asking for. If you're not asking to get to know the Most High, you ain't going to know Him. You want to lean on this kingdom, then you're going to surely be put to death. And and one thing, the individual that I was on, that my mind is on, I had a conversation with him yesterday. I was trying to, he was telling me a lot about what's going on in his life. As long as you lean on this life, what is going on is going to continue to go on. It's not going to change because you want it to change. And if you wait too long, because you had time to wait for something to change to your benefit. But you don't have time now. You people are in these relationships, and it's good, but then you see the negative to it, and you think that the good outweigh the negative. No. If you see it's something that's growing, and you can tell when it's something that's going to destroy you if you bring it up and share it with another person that's bothering you. But we, the 2/3, we make excuses to why to keep going, because inconvenience to not keep going. To change. And so that's it. So you need to make a decision. Anyway, I'm going to close it down. Remember what I said, the MOTB, all these things are coming upon the earth, and you're not going to escape them unless you know the name and call on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's the only name you're going to be saved under. Follow the commandments to the best you can. And remember, we're not governed by the law, but by faith. The law led us to Yahushai. It led us to faith. And okay, so with that, I'm going to cut it off. Shalom, Shabbat, the Sabbath is almost over, so I'll say Shabbat Shalom. And I pray that you got some edification from this, my quick read. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Kwame Yasharal, and Abba Ba. Until the next time, Shalom.